Give me 5 minutes and I'll help you make sense of all of your behaviors day after day. And through that, you're going to come away with a much richer understanding of how and why your life looks the way it does, for better or for worse. And when you understand that, then you'll have more of a choice over what you want to give your time to and your focus. You'll have a choice over what kind of outcomes you see day after day. So it's important to keep in mind that the actions we engage in throughout our lives are rooted in certain perceptual frames of reference. And when you understand those frames of reference, they'll be familiar, and you'll be able to choose which one, again, you want to spend more of your time in. Because the problem is we tend to get so caught up with compulsive, habitual ways of being that we forget we have other options. So the first of these frames of reference that we act from is a place of what isn't yet. It's a frustrating place to be, right? It's, some would call it a frame of reference around lack or scarcity. And typically it's painted as a bad thing, but it's not. It's a fine thing, right? A lack of food makes you hungry. So then you act to ease that hunger. It's a really powerful, mobilizing, and motivating force, one that we can make tremendous use of, right? But it is a reactive way of being when we work from that place. So again, useful, but not if that's our only option. So the second of these frames of reference is oriented more toward what is. It's a very existential, here and now, present moment orientation. A lot of the Gestalt tradition and the Zen traditions emerge from this place. It's being, right? It's here's me now, here's how I am now, and here's what I will do now. Very here and now, right? It's a very soothing place to be, by and large. So again, not better, not worse than that first frame of reference. It's one that we can dip in and out of as we choose. So it can be really useful that way to, again, anchor ourselves a bit more in the reality of our present moment situation. Now the third of these frames of reference is oriented toward what could be. It's very future oriented. This is where truly creative and generative actions emerge. This third frame of reference. It is visionary, right? It's making something that doesn't yet exist. It's novelty. It's, again, tremendously useful. But we can't spend all of our time there, because if we want truly generative action, we have to make what isn't, or we have to make what could be from what is now, right? You can't create with what you don't have. And very often we bring awareness to what we wish could be from what we lack now. So again, these things blend together. They exist on a bit of a continuum. But you can choose where to put your attention day after day. You can choose which of these grounds to cultivate. So you might ask yourself, which of these three frames of reference feels most familiar to you? Where do you spend most of your time? Where do most of your actions come from? And could you imagine what it would be like to act from a different ground?